President Donald Trump signs a new proposal that introduces new restrictions on H-1B visas.
Jimmy Kimmel returns to late night amid conversations over free speech.
And Super Typhoon Regosa rages throughout Southeast Asia, leaving casualties and devastations in its wake.
Annenberg TV News is next.
President Trump continues to change the rules on H-1B visas. Hi, I'm Kajal Reddy.
And I'm Mary Elizabeth. International students looking for jobs post-graduation may encounter problems obtaining the visa. Yesterday, the president proposed overhauling the current lottery system to prioritize higher paid and higher skilled workers. This comes after Trump signed an executive order imposing a $100,000 fee on the visas.
Everything is changing so fast. There's definitely been an anti-immigrant sentiment. It should be of concern to students as well as to people who are working here under visas or hoping to. I expect that the president and the administration are going to want executive level, entrepreneur level people only coming to the United States to create jobs.
Many companies use these visas to find employees, especially in the tech industry. Amazon is one example, employing around 10,000 H-1B visa holders. Other companies that rely heavily on these workers include Tata Consultancy, Microsoft, Meta, and Apple.
I'm pretty anxious about it because I wanted to stay in the States after graduation, and I know as a Chinese international student it's gonna be hard, but now with this policy it seems almost impossible. I feel helpless, I feel anxious, and I feel all that uncertainty around me, but there's nothing I can do really to help alleviate any of that pressure.
The proposed change would assign applicants to 4 wage bands. Those in the highest band would be entered into the lottery 4 times, and those in the lowest band would only be entered once.
Anyway, as I was saying before I was interrupted.
Jimmy Kimmel returned to air last night after being suspended over comments regarding Charlie Kirk's death. The late-night talk show host opened his show with an emotional monologue.
The FCC has to regulate with a light hand and cannot choose speech that it favors and punish speech that it disfavors. But that's exactly what this FCC Commissioner, Brendan Carr, has tried to do. It raises enormous freedom of speech concerns when the government attempts to not only pressure, but in fact crush any speech it doesn't like.
Disney has reinstated Kimmel, but media companies Nexstar and Sinclair are not airing the show on dozens of stations across the country.
Companies that own stations like Nexstar and Sinclair, they have the right to make their own editorial choices. But the problem is when you have government officials leaning on them, interfering with those choices, and then they're making the choices under the shadow of these government threats, and then they're not really free choices anymore.
This may not be the end of the Jimmy Kimmel saga. In a Truth Social post, President Trump threatened ABC for bringing Jimmy Kimmel back on air.
President Trump took center stage at the UN yesterday, shifting his views on Ukraine's military power and slamming European allies on migration and energy.
I'm really good at this stuff. Your countries are going to hell. What is the purpose of the United Nations? The UN has such tremendous potential. I've always said it. It has such tremendous, tremendous potential, but it's not even coming close to living up to that potential. It's empty words, and empty words don't solve war.
Trump also signaled a shift on Ukraine, saying it can win back all its territory, a reversal from his previous position. His remarks show how his foreign policy approach is resonating and dividing on the world stage.
What Trump said at the General Assembly is to be welcomed, but I take it with a grain of salt because we've seen so many reversals over the past few months. So I saw firsthand just how important it is that America step up to the plate, live by its principles, defend the United Nations Charter and Ukraine's sovereignty.
That tells you something about where the world has gone. Doesn't mean they liked what he said anymore. It just means it's scarier and sadder that a world leader could speak this way.
From Ukraine to the Middle East, Trump's remarks have prompted world leaders to respond, many criticizing his stand. And across the Pacific Ocean, we have major weather news. Let's hear the latest from our weather reporter, Chris.
Typhoon Regosa is the strongest storm of the year. The typhoon has devastated parts of the western Pacific and southern China. So far, 17 people have died in Taiwan, 10 people in the Philippines, and many other citizens are injured.
Typhoon, the most powerful to hit the city this year. Wow! Woo!
China evacuated nearly 2 million people as the storm hit the southern region on Wednesday. Chinese authorities have allotted $21 million for disaster relief after intense flooding. Typhoon Regosa has caused massive destruction so far. The typhoon began earlier this month and quickly intensified due to abnormally warm ocean waters.
And that's a prediction of climate change, that as the ocean warms, we'll see stronger storms and faster intensifying storms. Well, when we have a storm approaching, right, we can get hazard warnings out to people to make sure that they evacuate from low-lying zones. But as storms intensify more rapidly, it makes it harder to have that response time to get people out of harm's way.
Started in the western Pacific Ocean and swept through the Philippines on Monday and Taiwan yesterday. It is now moving toward Maoming and the Guangdong province. Regosa has weakened from a super typhoon to a severe typhoon status, but still remains highly destructive.
Thank you, Chris. Good news for dispensary owners. Governor Gavin Newsom signed a new bill rolling back taxes on cannabis businesses. The tax rate would go down from 19% to 15%. Lawmakers say the rollback will give legal dispensaries a fighting chance against the state's booming illicit market. It would also make recreational marijuana more affordable for customers.
Sometimes people get a lot of sticker shock. So they're coming in, they're buying a, $10 product, and they're going out paying about $14 for that product. The taxes were 15% for excise tax. It was raised to 19% in July, and now it's just being reverted back to the 15%. What's great about Cannabis House is it's a legal recreational shop. Everything that we have in our dispensary is tested to the parts per billion.
The bill rolls back what would have been a 25% spike on cannabis products, but lower taxes will only last until 2028.
A lot of people opt in for places that are going to sell things for cheaper, and those places can be unsafe because places that sell things that are cheaper probably are untested. If the taxes are going down, it's a really good thing.
I think like a 4% tax difference is like not a significant enough margin to even make a real difference in those buying drugs illegally. There's a lot more that could be done.
Despite this being a temporary reprieve, both dispensary owners and customers welcome the change to save a few bucks.
California is not doing enough for us. My generation pays bills on our phones. We send money to each other with Venmo, and we save in Bitcoin. I'm a Democrat who believes in working families, small businesses, and common sense solutions, not the political extremes holding California back.
Former State Assembly member Ian Caldron announced his candidacy for California governor. A Democrat from Whittier, Caldron was the first millennial elected to the State Assembly and carries a name well known in California politics. His father Charles and stepmother Lisa have both served in the State Assembly. Caldron left the Assembly in 2020 to focus on his family and is now running on a platform of affordability.
We've seen dynasties take control in Sacramento all the time. It's telling to me that there might be a machine behind his candidacy. He might have a lot more establishment support because of his family and because of his past track record that could make him a formidable candidate when you look at his polling or when you look at his name ID, when you look at his ability to fundraise.
Caldron is now joining a crowded race for governor, facing off with prominent candidates such as former U.S. Representative Katie Porter and former L.A. Mayor Lluvia Chavez.
A lot of excitement for a young face to enter this gubernatorial race, but for someone who's able to relate to younger voters, especially Gen Z and millennials, who's able to tackle these big issues like cryptocurrency, which played an outsized role in our last Senate election. I think that he has a lot of knowledge that he could bring to the table and really push other candidates to be stronger on these issues as well.
With current Governor Gavin Newsom set to reach his term limit, the race for governor will have no incumbent running in the 2026 election. Cauldron is pushing his platform and millennial status as a new generation of leadership.
Coming up next, Lee Anderson speaks to students about the importance of Black media.
Also, health workers show how to be prepared and what to do when emergencies happen.
And a new workout studio opens its doors at the USC Village. LA's year-round warm weather comes with some potential health threats. USC's Health Science Campus hosted an event to help students and faculty handle heat-related medical emergencies. Members from USC Emergency Medical Services and the Keck School of Medicine led interactive workshops, showing students how to look for heat-related illnesses, perform CPR, and make tourniquets. Vendors described how students can stay safe and how schools can prevent incidents from happening.
If there's incidents on campus, we respond to them. If there's going to be students that are going to be in lab safety areas, we want to make sure that we're promoting PPE, like the personal protective equipment, which is the safety glasses that we're giving out today. We're also giving out information in regards to different fact sheets that are available online.
Well, the best thing is to have a program in place. That would eliminate the issue of like, oh, we'll get to it. We have somebody that's actually taking care of your first aid kit, reminding you every month, hey man, your first aid kit, your first aid kit and your emergency preparedness kits are good to go.
The Compliance First Aid and Safety Company came to campus and gave out free first aid resources such as bandages, masks, gloves, and more. These items are essential to handle workplace mishaps and minor injuries. For more information on how to stay healthy and protect yourself around campus, head to the USC Environmental Health and Safety website.
In these uncertain times, a local Black journalist is reminding students why the Black press is needed now more than ever. LA multimedia journalist Danielle Anderson was a speaker at the Charlotta Bass Lab Lunch and Learn. The lab explores issues of race, identity, and media through storytelling. Anderson says she fears the stories of Black lives just aren't being told in mainstream media.
Just understanding that Black narrative is very important when you think about mainstream and how Black people are portrayed in media. You know, Black press, Black media is the counter to that of truth for Black Americans. What frightens me is like my niece and nephew. They're like 7 and 10. And they have to grow up in this world that I don't even recognize anymore and that I feel that is going backwards instead of forward.
Anderson's visit is the latest in a series of guest talks hosted by the Bass Lab, highlighting voices and shaping today's media landscape. Calling all Trojans, it's that time of year for you to roll up your sleeves and help save lives. The blood drive is back. The live-stream blood bank returned to the USC Village today to launch its weekly blood drive. This is the 3rd consecutive year. The bank is Keck Medicine's primary blood supplier. Workers say the need for donations is great.
So there's such a need of blood donations right now because every single day we at least need 500 pints a day. And we also provide to at least 80 hospitals around Southern California. Every 2 minutes, a patient needs blood, especially when it's a surgery, accident, or anything like that. So every single day it's highly needed.
If you donate, you could get a $10 In-N-Out gift card while supplies last. You can donate on Wednesdays. They take walk-ins or you can make an appointment.
Now, I know Monday was the official start of fall, and I'm hoping that means the fall season weather can come rolling in. Kajal, what do you think?
What do you say, Chris? Can I bust out my fall sweaters yet?
Well, Kajal, Mary, I'd hold off on that because it's still a little hot right now, but it is true. It's only going to get cooler from here. Hello, Trojans. I'm Chris Appy, your weather guy, and it feels good to be on air, which reminds me, everyone should have got some fresh air today because it was a beautiful day. If you take a look at the current weather, I had my sunglasses on and my sleeves rolled up. It was 80 degrees, a perfect day. This is what I signed up for when I came to LA. But moving on to the 5-day forecast, as you can see, it's on Thursday, it's more of the same story, so you'll have a chance, go take a walk, whatever. But by Friday, take the shades off because it's going to start getting cloudy, and it's going to peak on Saturday, real doom and gloom there. Before on Sunday, it starts to clear up, and it'll be all clear by the time we start classes on Monday. And overall, it won't be above that 80-degree mark. But as you know, Trojans, I'm a big game day fan, and I'm excited to watch the game from the TV on Saturday, but I heard it's at 9 a.m. I mean, Nikki, why should I wake up that early?
Well, let me tell you, Chris, if you can believe it, USC football is facing their first ranked opponent of the season this weekend in the Illinois Fighting Illini. Plus, a freshman is helping USC rise through the ranks of USC golf. And after the break, we'll talk Chargers and a potential familiar face for USC football fans.
Welcome back to ATVN Sports. I'm Drew Yuskevich.
And I'm Nikki Thomas. Number 21 USC football will take an undefeated 4-0 record into Saturday's conference matchup at the number 23 Illinois Fighting Illini. Illinois fell 63-10 to number 11 Indiana on Saturday, while the Trojans are coming off of a 45-31 victory against Michigan State in their first Big Ten home game of the season. Despite the undefeated start, USC head coach Lincoln Riley still thinks his team has some adjustments to make.
I think the biggest thing is we've given a few too many gifts, and that's obviously been the biggest focus for us right now, is making sure from a communication standpoint we're there, from a responsibility standpoint that we're there, so that if people make a play on us, it's because they earned it and they made a hell of a play versus, busting and leaving somebody, just wide open down the sidelines.
The gifts in question for USC football? Penalties. The Trojans have given up 33 this season, more than any other Big Ten squad. They also lead the conference with 323 penalty yards. All right, Drew, let's put the penalties to the side for a second. We're going into this matchup, USC-Illinois on Saturday. What's your X factor for the game?
So my X factor, Nikki, is no other than USC's top receiver, Makayla. He has 438 yards, 24 receptions, and averaging 18 yards per catch. He showed his dominance last week when he played Michigan State. He had 8 receptions, 127 yards, and a TD. I think he'll be our X factor, but what say you?
I love looking at Lemon. I mean, he's a great receiver, Biletnikoff candidate. He won an award for Paul Hornung's versatility this year, but I really think we'll have to look to the backfield and Wayman Jordan. I really love it. We've got some versatility with Eli Sanders and with King Miller, but really the junkyard dog is coming. I really see him going for a breakout game, so keep your eyes on number 2. Well, football fans have an exciting weekend of Big Ten action ahead as both teams continue their climb to the top of this competitive conference.
USC women's golf is putting together a dominant performance at the Golf Week Red Sky Classic in Colorado, with 4 Trojans inside the top 10 leaderboard. Freshman Jasmine Koo leads the individual field after firing 7 birdies in round 2 to move 4 under par. Teammate Kylie Jong is right behind her. Esley Lee and Sarah Hammett also turned in strong rounds to climb into the top 10. Here's the team's leaderboard. USC sits in first place at 24 under par, a full 10 strokes ahead of second place Pepperdine. LSU, Arizona, and UC Irvine round out the top 5. The Trojans have posted back-to-back rounds of 276 to build a commanding lead. The women of Troy tee off tomorrow morning for the final round in Colorado with a 10-shot lead. USC has an opportunity to continue to climb as one of the top programs in the nation. The Chargers head out east this weekend to take on the New York Giants. The matchup has extra buzz because of a former USC quarterback is making his first NFL start. Jackson Dart, who has spent a season at USC before transferring, will be under center for the Giants. It will be his first career start in the NFL. Coach Jim Harbaugh says the team is studying Dart's preseason film to be ready for what he brings.
Dart's going to start quarterback this week. How you guys preparing for
that he's going to be good, and preparing for him to start. You look at the tape from him from the games that he played, and that's be a challenge.
Look at the offensive matchup. The Chargers average 362 total yards per game with 270 through the air, while the Giants are 339 total yards and 243 passing. Both teams will be looking for to finish drives more consistently in Sunday's afternoon matchup. Kickoff between the Chargers and Giants is set for Sunday in New York. The Bolts will try to bring their momentum on the road and keep their strong start going.
In basketball news, the LA Sparks announced today that the organization will build a new $150 million practice facility in El Segundo. The Sparks are partnering with Transwestern's Sports and Entertainment Group to bring the facility to fruition. Sparks managing partner and governor Eric Holloman says that he hopes the facility will set a new standard for what a professional sports organization can provide for its athletes. The new facility is set to open in 2027 and will feature a host of wellness spaces, including an outdoor spa pool and the league's first ever indoor-outdoor player sanctuary. The facility will also have a circular locker room for team unity. The new facility presents an opportunity for LA to showcase its investment in women's basketball and women's sports more broadly. And speaking broadly, I would like to broadly wish my sports co-anchor, Drew, a very happy birthday!
Oh, thank you very much.
Drew! Oh my
Thank
gosh!
you, Nikki.
Big 25 in the studio with us. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I feel a little old, but yeah, I'm feeling good.
Nah. Young legs. Young legs. Awesome.
But that's all we have for sports tonight. I'm Drew Yuskevich.
And I'm Nikki Thomas. Now back to news.
Thank you, Nikki. Drew. Just ahead, the latest exercise class making moves near campus. Coachella 2026 is officially sold out just 3 days after passes went on sale. The festival will be headlined by Justin Bieber, Karol G, and Sabrina Carpenter. Karol G's famous songs include Tusa and Provenza. She will become the first Latina artist to headline the festival. The Colombian pop star's return to the Coachella stage has fans excited.
I'm Mexican American, so I listen to a lot of her music, and I'm really proud because she's grown a lot over the last 4 years, so it's insane that she's able to share the stage primarily her.
I think it's cool. I think it's pushing the boundaries. Latin music has definitely risen to mainstream popularity in the United States recently, so it's good to see that getting represented in the music festival scene.
Coachella has struggled to sell out completely in past years, but this year the festival sold out within days. This is the first time since 2022 the festival's return from the COVID hiatus that both weekends sold out. In 2026, the festival will be held on the weekends of April 10th and 17th.
A new fitness studio is now open in the Village. Reporter Cordelia Weld is here to show us what makes it different than other workouts.
Hi, I'm Cordelia Weld, and welcome to Cordelia on Campus, ATVN's new lifestyle segment. If you've strolled through the USC Village recently, you may have noticed the Village's latest addition, Live Lagree. You can find the studio nestled between Trader Joe's and Core Power Yoga. The Lagree workout method is sometimes referred to as Pilates on steroids. The goal is to be tough on muscles, but gentle on joints. Live Lagree seeks to foster a sense of community beyond the studio.
I love it here. I have so much fun, and I think we've been open for almost a month, maybe about a month now, and I've been making so many friends with all of the girls and all the guys here that come work out with me. It's so fun to see everyone keep coming, and every time, I swear, they just keep getting better with their form, and it's so exciting for me. I feel like I'm really going to get to watch all the students here grow up, not only growing through their possible careers and also in their school, but also with their form. So I'm just having the best time.
Today, we caught up with a few Trojans who have taken the class.
I really like it. I think it's a very good workout, and I think the instructors are good about correcting your form and making sure you're doing it properly, which is really nice. Once you try it, you realize that whoa, it actually works. It's not just stretching.
My experience was awesome. I usually go to Lagree 213, which is, I would say probably its main competitor. I really like that living really close to campus, I'm able to walk to this, so that was kind of the biggest draw.
Will Lagree be the next fitness trend to take over USC? You can check out Live Lagree any day of the week if you want to see for yourself.
Well, thank you so much, Cordelia. I definitely think we're going to have to check out that studio, Kajal. Well, thank you so much for watching Annenberg TV News. From everyone at Annenberg Media, I'm Mary Elisabeth.
And I'm Kajal Reddy. For more coverage, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. We'll see you next time. Good night.